Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and I've got a couple interesting Ripple and XRP related stories for you in this latest Moon Lambo hot jam. I'll be starting with this one from crypto media outlet U Today. Why is Bitcoin dominance surging? 3 letters. XRP. Now, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you at the outset. This is all you need to know. I don't think it's true. That's it. You can stop watching now. That's it. But if you don't want to stop watching, I do have other stuff too. No, I'm going to explain why. But I also have this story, which is quite genuinely fascinating to me. It's from the Daily Hodl. Cardano creator says XRP is not a security, but its distribution may be problematic. Definitely 100% interesting, and I think a lot of what this individual had to say, it's Charles Hoskinson, a lot of what he had to say made a ton of sense. And of course, XRP is not a security, despite what Jay Clayton thinks. That'd be, the former chair of the SEC, who retired one day after this ridiculous claim, this ridiculous lawsuit thrown at Ripple. Make no damn sense. Before we go any further, though, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you would please ever so delicately tap the like button, I'd appreciate the support. And also, if you know that XRP is not a security, go ahead and subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel to join the echo chamber. Times here in the chamber. All right, in this first piece now. Bitcoin's dominance has surged to its highest level since mid-September 2019, surpassing 71.75% on December 27th. This coincided with the world's largest cryptocurrency skyrocketing above the $27,000 level for the first time in history. With a market cap of $513 billion, the Bitcoin network is currently worth more than credit card giant Visa and South Korean tech behemoth Samsung. The cryptocurrency is now up over 293% year to date, after adding nearly 20% over the past 4 days alone. The total value of the cryptocurrency market is currently sitting at $727 billion. And that's as of the time they the time they uploaded this piece. Now, the time I'm recording this, let's see, you got XRP at 28.2 cents, Bitcoin at $27,021, and it did actually break above 28,000 at the point I'm recording this. Just came back down a little bit. Market cap at $728 billion, Bitcoin dominance at 68.95%. Nonetheless, regardless, the trend of late has been quite obvious. So, they have this little subheading, though. Bitcoin is eating XRP's lunch. Well, that's pretty rude. Did XRP, what I want to know, on your lunch sack, XRP, did you put your name on it? Because, I don't know, I'm just saying, man. Anyway, XRP, the 4th largest cryptocurrency, has unsurprisingly failed to catch up with Bitcoin's recent rally. Well, to be clear, no coin has, all right? Just in a general, Bitcoin has been just putting out some incredible performance. And I talked I'm not going to go into it in this video. I talked in a recent video about how many analysts think that it's going to be time sooner than later for money to flow out of Bitcoin back into altcoins, but things are cyclical, and that's just how the markets work. Anyway, regarding XRP, they write, the controversial token has been under plenty of pressure since affiliated blockchain company Ripple got sued by the SEC. As reported by U Today, Bitstamp, one of the largest exchanges, will soon halt XRP trading for its U.S. customers. In fact, Adam Cochran, a partner at Cineamane Ventures, assumes, I don't know if I'm saying that right, a lot of XRP money has actually flown into Bitcoin, thus adding more fuel to its rocket. Well, look, I don't doubt that some people that got scared about what's happening with the price action of XRP took their money out of XRP and threw it into Bitcoin, chasing a green candle. That wouldn't surprise me in the least. But let's be real, XRP is not the reason that Bitcoin is doing what it's doing. It's really not. It would just be a tiny, tiny piece, like a fraction of a piece of the story. And so, look, you're talking about XRP as I record this. It's down to a market cap of $12.8 billion, whereas Bitcoin has a market cap of $501 billion. Now, to be clear, I am fully aware of the fact that it does not mean that much money flew into the market cap of each of them. That's not how it works. The net inflow of cash to get a dollar figure of whatever market cap it is you're talking about, the amount of money that has to flow in net for that to happen is like a fraction of whatever the market cap figure is. I fully understand that, but even so, there's such a wide gap between the market caps in terms of dollars between XRP and Bitcoin, there's nowhere, even if you took all of the money out of XRP, there's no way that it was going to mathematically equate to the type of action that we've seen with Bitcoin. And we haven't taken all of the money out of XRP. Most certainly we have not. It's just the case that Bitcoin has a ridiculously large market cap compared to even a second place coin, Ethereum, which is at 80 billion, a little over 80 billion as I record this. So I personally don't buy it, but that's what they were reporting, so I just thought I'd share my opinion. But even more interesting is this topic of whether or not the SEC will prove in court that XRP is a security. I personally am not convinced at all that they'll win. I don't see it. I've been talking about that a fair bit lately on my channel here. But really, this is going to have a tremendous impact over the coming, perhaps even days and weeks in terms of the price action of XRP if there's additional negative news that comes out. Now, in terms of the long-term viability, look, it's not going to matter because look, people panic selling over news right now. I get it. People have skin in the game. They're scared it's going to go down. But people doing that is not what determines whether or not XRP is or is not a security. So people emotionally responding, they can do so. And people like me that disagree with that, if the price goes low enough, will be inclined to purchase their fear and then wait for the SEC to work things out with Ripple or for a jury of peers to just declare one side or the other victorious. And then I also understand that if it doesn't go the way I think and want it to, then I may lose out majorly. And if it does, then I suspect money would flow back in. Now, to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I'm not offering financial advice, so you should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I just think it's interesting talking about this. I also do not have a legal background of any kind, so I'm just sharing my everyday Joe Schmo opinion because it's fun to talk about this stuff. But into this piece now. Cardano creator Charles Hoskinson is weighing in on the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's SEC case against Ripple and the agency's assertion that XRP is an unregistered security. In a series of Ask Me Anything videos, that's AMA for short, Hoskinson says part of the problem with regulating crypto assets is that tokens are dynamic and hard to categorize, which, by the way, is something that I've been saying on the channel forever, which is why the SEC, rather than just suing people into oblivion, should have maybe perhaps provided clarity. And if they want to make the claim that they have, I will make the claim, and I firmly believe it, that they have not. But here's a quote. The problem with cryptocurrencies is they do everything and nothing. And some days they look like securities, some days they look like commodities, some days they look like currencies, and some days they look like something else entirely. In many ways, cryptocurrencies are the stem cells of finance. A stem cell is like a supercell, and basically it can become a heart cell or a brain cell or so forth. And regulation is a little difficult because more often than not, regulators like buckets. So they don't see stem cells, they see the heart cells and the brain cells, and then there's regulatory agencies connected to that system. Exactly. And that's why the way that I typically articulate it is just to cut to the chase. The reason that the existing legislation isn't working, it's one of the reasons, perhaps the most important, is that a cryptocurrency can go from being decentralized to centralized and vice versa. So if you want to throw it into a bucket, it might not stay there, my friends. And I think that the analogy that was presented here does a good case of presenting effectively the same thing that I've been saying on the channel for the whole time I've been running the channel, a little over 2 years now. Anyway, piece continues. At this point in XRP's eight-year history, Hoskinson says he does not believe it is a security, although its status may have been different in its early days. And let me pause right there because even Jay Clayton has stated when he was chair of the SEC that Ethereum in the early days may have been, he said, may have been a security, but with its current state, he believes it's sufficiently decentralized, and I'm paraphrasing a bit, but he did share this idea, because the current state, he does not believe that it's a security, and so that goes back to the whole argument that I've been making on this channel forever here, right? It can look different, and so even if we had whatever the final regulatory clarity ultimately looks like, and we don't have it yet, but whatever it ends up looking like, it may end up being the case, and I'm not saying it is, I'm just saying, for the sake of conversation, it could be the case that what Ripple is doing with XRP could look like a security under that. But first of all, there wasn't clarity, and it certainly wouldn't be the case now. And again, I'm not making that argument. I'm just saying, even if you could shoehorn it in that, how the hell are you supposed to know? It doesn't make any sense. And so here he wrote, he said, here's another quote from him. In my prior statements, I said I don't think XRP is a security, and I think in its current form, its current use, and the level of decentralization the ecosystem has, that's certainly true. Was Ripple a security at some point during its life? I'm sure a fair argument could be made. And look, I'm even willing to have that discussion. That's perfectly fine. I'm just saying it's decentralized. Ripple has no control over it. And so it certainly today doesn't make sense. And I'm not conceding the point that it did in the past. I said I'm willing to have a discussion about it, and that'd be perfectly fine. But it sure as hell doesn't today. Now, Hoskinson says he questions whether the way the digital asset has been distributed is an issue. And here's a quote. I believe that XRP is not a security, at least in the general sense, and I go back to that stem cell argument. There is a certainly security-like behavior, and it's deeply puzzling to me, for example, in the age of smart contracts, why an actual real company would be responsible for distribution of a token. Now that makes no sense. You don't have to do that when you have an already existing functioning network, so that alone is problematic, especially when there's discretion amongst the custodial company to spend that. Right there. So that claim itself, I get what he's saying. But understand also that Ripple did not create XRP. They are not the issuer of XRP. The issuer of XRP are those who created it and then dispersed it initially. Once it's out, it can no longer be like issued for the first time. Otherwise, if I sell my XRP to you or anyone, am I issuing it? Well, if so, then the word no longer has any meaning. We're talking about where it originated from. And Ripple didn't exist when XRP was created, quite simply put. So it doesn't make any damn sense. But I get the point that he was bringing up. Really just comes down to the tokenomics, because there has to be a way to distribute something, a decentralized cryptocurrency. And, we're talking about the tokenomics, and I personally have never had a problem with the way that they went about this, because, what's the alternative? Like mining? No, thank you. No, thank you very much, sir or madam. But, we'll see. We'll see how this all pans out here. But I just don't see how you can, if you have an understanding of what a decentralized cryptocurrency is, I don't see how you can take a look at a decentralized cryptocurrency and then ever call it a security of anything. Full stop right there for me. Like, that's it. That is a hard break for me. And so it'll be interesting to see if the courts end up doing the right thing. I certainly hope so. But if not, then pretty much it's going to sound like just about every other cryptocurrency on the planet is a freaking security then, which... and look, I'm not calling for like the downfall of altcoins. That's not what I'm saying. And I don't think this is the way that it's going to pan out. But it's pure nonsense. And so I do think that Ripple's on the right side of history. And it is nice to see that even people that historically have been very harsh towards Ripple and XRP, they're acknowledging that this is too far. Even the likes of Ryan Selkis, he's with Masari, he's very anti-Ripple, very anti-XRP, calling for the defense of Ripple and understanding that if this doesn't go in Ripple's favor, it's going to be really bad for everyone in blockchain and crypto. Anyway, I will wrap it up there, though. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything, because of anything that I say or write, that would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!